Well, good afternoon, Quest for Thunder. It's Saturday the 13th of October, and we're back on the boat, or I am. Again, Jean is off serving her country. She's in Stennis Space Center in Mississippi, doing her meteorology stuff, and so I'm here at the boat alone. Also celebrated my youngest daughter Remy's 22nd birthday a couple of days ago, and so it's been a busy week. And anyway, we've got some stuff to get done in the boat today. It's more fairing and aesthetic stuff while we prepare to get ready to take the floor up, which is going to be the next major project. As I mentioned in last week's video, we removed most of the stuff from the heads with the exception of the toilets, and we'll be moving to do that here post haste as we get ready to get in there. But everything else, sink, faucets, shower, fixtures, lights, all that stuff's out of there so that we can get in there and do anything we needed to do to the counters and etc. So that's been accomplished, and so we've been debating whether or not we go right back in there and start working on that stuff, or whether we tackle the floor next, because the floor is going to be a big job. I have a feeling it's going to be very difficult to get it up. I'm not sure that it's going to come up readily. Anyway, so we'll have to see how that goes, but I think that's probably going to be the next major project. I think we're going to go ahead and tackle that, and then go back to the heads. Because the floor, honestly, once we start working on the floor, we can't take the boat anywhere, we can't go anywhere with it, because there will be no floor down here. So it wouldn't be a good idea to be going anywhere. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that and get it out of the way, so that once we get the new floor in, we can at least use the boat for day trips and stuff like that, which we have not been able to do since we've owned the boat, because of the various mechanical and safety issues that we wanted to address before actually taking her anywhere. And so we still have a couple of pumps that we need to replace. I don't feel comfortable going anywhere until our bilge pumps situation is resolved, and so we're working on that as well. Got to get the pumps on order and then get them installed. And then there aren't too many electrical issues on this boat. I had an electrical survey done when I first, just after I purchased the boat. I had a certified marine electrician come in and take a look at the wiring and setup and everything. There was a couple of recommendations, so we followed those. But as far as the basic electrical layout, it's not bad. There are a few dead head wires that I would like to get removed. But I mean, that's stuff that we can do along the way. But there are a couple of things I need changed. I want to do a couple of changes on the panel, rename a couple of things, and reuse a couple of those breakers that exist on the panel. The panel's full. We don't have any spares, so I'd like to reconfigure a couple of those. We don't have a single sideband, and there's a breaker for the single sideband RT, and so we don't use that. There's a couple others that we just want to reconfigure. So that's something that we need to work on. But again, I don't think that'll stop us from utilizing the boat. The big thing right now is just getting this floor done. We need to get underneath the floor too and clean, because we do have some odor in the boat, and I believe it's probably because of stuff that's gotten in the bilge that we can't access, because there's no access panels. There are very few access panels on this boat. It's very strange. All the boats I've been on, there's access panels everywhere. This one has a few here and there, but most of the bilge area, most of the area under the floor is not accessible. There are no panels to get in there. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It certainly limits the ability to store anything down there if it's dry. So anyway, so today I'm going to work a little bit more on the head, going to spread out some more filler to cover up some of the imperfections that were discovered after we did the 180 grit sanding. And then there's a section here in the galley that I don't know that I've shown you, so I guess I can do that now. Show you. this section over here that we have. You can see it right there. And so what went on here was there was a piece of plywood that covered this entire bulkhead all the way down to the very end down there. It's just one big piece of plywood. Well, it was a couple, but anyway, and it had been allowed to deteriorate because of leaks over the years. And this section over here, we had to cut it out, but it's difficult to get a tool up in there to cut it out. So I was able to cut away a good portion of it, and I left a portion that was still good. So what I'm doing is filling it in so that it's flush, and then we're gonna sand that back and paint that, and then it won't look odd. Plus I've got to get up underneath here, take care of this section. This is just a piece of trim that needs to get removed so that I can finish fairing. Oops, sorry. Piece of trim here needs to be removed so I can get up here and finish fairing up in here. And then I got to fill this hole here because there's a wooden bar that went across all the way down when there was plywood here, and it was damaged, so we removed it. And so there's a couple of spots that have holes that we need to fill or cover with a piece of trim. You can see one here. You see that odd shape? Well, that accommodated that piece of wooden trim and bar that went across there. So we just need to redo the trim to cover that up, and that's what we're going to do. So that's what we're going to be up to today, and then once I get these couple of things done, if there's some more time, I might start another project, but I doubt it. It's getting a late start today, and I also have to travel this week, so it probably will just be a short day today. Anyway. Thank you for tuning in. I encourage you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It's all about DIY, and of course, as I've said before, it's kind of a slow go for us because we work, and we do this on the weekends. We also get some help, and we show you that too if we get someone to help us. We have a couple of things that are still pending that we have to install, and we've got some help to do that. So. We'll show you any changes. We'll be sure to show them to you. But please subscribe, make comments. If you want to see something different than what we're showing, please tell us. We'll be happy to try to accommodate you or change the formatting to meet the desires of the majority of the people that watch. And also share these videos if you would with your family and friends. Help us to grow. The bigger the community, the more interaction there is, the better we like it because we learn from the interaction, and the better you guys like it because you also get to participate in that interaction. So, by all means, share these videos. Encourage people to subscribe. So, without further ado, we'll get to the projects at hand. In order to get into that corner that I just showed you, I'm using this tool here. This is a rigid multi-tool, and it's an oscillating sander. And so what's unique about this is I can turn the head around and I can mount it in various different positions. As you can see, the mounting positions inside there. Here's one right here. So I can turn this head around to make it a little bit easier for me to get up into tight places because the battery is, the battery is pretty large. So if I can turn it so that it's away from the surface I'm working on, it makes it a little easier to get into. So that's kind of what we're doing. And then we're just going to go ahead and get up in here and pretty much sand this area. Alright, well, so instead of trying to hold the camera and do that at the same time, I'm going to go off camera. You guys don't really want to watch me sand, but I'll show you the finished result after I'm done. Okay, so it's been sanded down. You can still see spots that it's low, like this is a low area right here. Up in here is a low area, right up in here is a low area. There's holes in this over here and right here. This is flush with the wood now. Just need some more fine tuning down here. Flush with the wood down here, down at the bottom, down here. It's not over here yet. There's still a ridge right here. It's not quite flush yet, so I need to build this more up, moving this way, fill in these low spots, and re-sand it again. So this is taking some patience to do this, but when it's all done, it'll be nice because it'll look nice back in that corner. And then in here, in the aft, back into the aft head here. So here we are in the aft head. So this is now all smooth. And let me get some light on this. All right, so here we have, this is all smooth. You see the different colors because of the different heights of the fiberglass. The fiberglass is wavy, but it's actually smooth in here. And it's good. So when we get ready to paint it, it will be nice and smooth. Oh, missed a spot right there, so I'll have to go back over that with the sander. Right in here too. A little bit right in here. A little rough. This is not easy to do. It's real easy to miss little spots like that one right there, a little tiny thing. But when you put a semi-gloss paint on the wall, it is really going to show up if you don't get it all. So you really have to be careful. You got to really be fastidious about it, which is where I'm going here. So yeah, so still a little more sanding to do in here, I think, now that I'm looking at it. Also in this part of this is the shower compartment. This is pretty good. There's a spot right there that I missed. Put some bright light on it and you can really see where you missed stuff. Yeah. There's a line right there. A ridge right there that needs to come down. So I'm not done yet. Not done yet. Boy, tell you what, man, this whole painting business really takes a lot of patience. You gotta be patient. There's a bunch right there. Doggone it. Thought I got it all. Oh well. Back to the drawing board. Well, we're gonna call that a wrap for this weekend. A very dirty version of me sanding. That filler, man, that stuff goes everywhere. The dust is incredible. Anyway, didn't get a whole lot done, just some more sanding and filling. Trying to make the bulkheads in the head as nice as possible so that we can put that semi-gloss enamel on there, and so we can have a nice smooth surface for that, because it'll show every blemish. So working extra hard on that. Didn't have an opportunity really to get to any other projects today, so that's going to be it. Appreciate you tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this short video, and I'm looking forward to bringing you some other things coming up soon. Hopefully we'll be getting into the floor removal here pretty quick, and we'll be replacing some pumps pretty soon, so we'll get you some video of that. But in the meantime, we want to thank you for watching, ask you to come back and see us again next week. Bring your friends and your family with you, share our videos, and if you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe and click that notification bell so you'll know when we post new material. So, from the crew of Thunder, fair winds and following seas. Bye.